Hello everybody, SapphireSabre here with you today with a new series that I'm going to be starting. I'm going to be doing a Nuzlocke in Pokemon Soul Silver. For those of you who have never played a Nuzlocke before, basically that means we can only encounter the first Pokemon on each route. If a Pokemon faints, they are considered dead and can no longer be used. And I'm going to be playing with some optional rules, such as the duplicate clause, so if I find a Pokemon that I've already had before, I can skip it and get a new encounter. I'm going to be allowing all gift encounters. I'm going to be allowing all static encounters. That includes legendaries, but to be following Nuzlocke rules, I'm only going to give myself one chance to catch them. And as for the roamers, such as Raikou and Entei, the first time I run into them will be my encounter, quote-unquote, with them. And I'll be able to try to capture them, but if they flee from me, then I won't be able to get them. I'm also going to be following an optional rule where my starter is chosen for me based on my ID number on the back of my trainer card. So if the number is 1, 2, or 3, I pick the grass starter. If it is 4, 5, or 6, I pick the fire starter. And if it's 7, 8, or 9, I pick the water starter. And if it's 0, I get to pick. And that's based off the last number on the ID. Alright, let's get into it. Alrighty, let's go get our starter. Alright, and looking at our ID number, the last number is a 5, so it looks like we are picking the fire starter. The only exception to this rule is if I see a shiny. I'm going to be using the shiny clause as well, so if I see a shiny and I've already got that encounter, or it's a duplicate, I'm allowed to catch it still. Alright, no shinies as you might expect, so we are picking the fire starter, Cyndaquil. Alright, and it is a female. I always name my Cyndaquils Quill. It's a very unoriginal name, but it just feels right. Alright, and if we check out Cyndaquil, she is hardy, so that's a neutral nature. That's actually pretty good, because there are some decent physical moves and some decent special moves we're going to want to give to Cyndaquil. I am going to be allowing the use of items in battle, but I am going to be playing on set mode, just to make it a little bit more difficult. So that means when the enemy Pokemon faints, I won't have the option for a free switch. I'll have to use switches as a turn. I think it just makes it a little more fair. Alright, the first route. Now we're in a bit of a tight spot because we don't want to overlevel too much. Otherwise, we won't be able to catch anything. But we also don't want to be too low because of that upcoming rival battle. So we don't want to get destroyed. So I want to be at like level 6 or 7, I think. That way I'll be able to still catch Pokemon easily, but also be able to take on my rival's Totodile. Also, just for a clarification, the Nuzlocke has not actually started yet until I've gotten Pokeballs. I'd still count a death as a death and just restart. But as for wild Pokemon, encountering these Pokemon does not count as my encounter because I don't have Pokeballs yet, and that would be kind of unfair that I wouldn't be able to catch anything here. So our Quill is level 7, so I'm not going to do any more grinding until we can get Pokeballs and start catching some Pokemon. In our first rival battle, we are level 7 though, so we should be able to just destroy him. At this point in the game, we can just kind of mash our attacking moves, and he'll use stuff like Leer before he actually starts attacking, and so we should be able to just outmuscle him. Yeah, we're definitely going to win this one. Oh my goodness. Jeez, that was a good crit on his part. Like, we actually probably needed that level advantage. Without that crit, he might have been able to beat us if we weren't a higher level than him. And we're level 8 now. That's good, but also concerning. I'm worried that we might kill any wild Pokemon we try to catch. Alright, alright. So if we're the SapphireSabre, right, our mortal enemy, right, is the Ruby Shield. But Shield won't fit, so we're going to call him Ruby. Wrong games for this, I know. But he's got red hair. It matches too perfectly, okay? We are going to have our mom save money for us, just because she can get us some nice stuff, like Moonstone, some nice berries, that sort of thing. But let's get to it. Let's go get our first encounter, after Lila teaches us how to catch Pokemon. Scratch that. Alright, now that we've learned how to catch Pokemon thanks to Lyra, what is our first encounter? That's actually pretty good, honestly. I'm quite okay with that. I don't want to tackle it because it's only level 2, but I think since it's just a Pidgey, if I just throw a Pokeball, we can catch it. Alright, perfect. I'm not really sure what to name this thing. I'm really bad at names, but we're going to name it Burb. I see a lot of people Nuzlocke and forget that there's this route up here. You can find like Geodude, you can find Spearows, you can find some decent stuff on here. I think you can also find Rattata, but you know, if you're playing dupes, you gotta get out of the way, right? Alright, a Spearow. So this could be our dedicated flying Pokemon, unless we find something better. And I have the best nickname for Spearow, Jack, even though it's female. Don't question my methods. Something you always got to keep in mind in Nuzlockes is where is your crit threshold at, because unlucky crits can just kill Pokemon. We should still be able to survive because a regular attack did 3 and poison's only doing 1. So even a crit, we should be left with 1 health. Alright, let's battle the man, the myth, the legend, Youngster Joey himself. Now remember, we gotta be careful with this Rattata. It's in the top percentage of other Rattatas. If we're unlucky, he might just sneak in and take us down. See, look, he did 3 damage. Ooh, and he's going for the quick attack. See, he knows his strategy. It's in the top percentage of Rattata. Alright, Route 31, new route. Hoping for Bellsprout. I know it's quite common, so that'd be nice. Okay, so this is where we see the Dupe's Claws come into play. I already have a Weedle, and this is part of the Weedle line, so this will not be my counter. I'm going to skip it and get a different one. Alright, come on, Bellsprout. Yes! We got a Bellsprout. That's awesome. Perfect. Some of you Pokemon veterans might know that this guy can give you 3 rare eggs. I believe it contains Wooper, Mareep, and Slugma. I think even though I said I'd allow all gift Pokemons, this is just such a unique exception that those Pokemon, there's just too many and they're too powerful for this point. I think I'm not going to allow them just because I think 3 Pokemon just like that is just too much. Geodude. Not bad. Alright, I am going to name him Rock. Alright, another rule I'm going to be implementing is different zones of different areas counting for different kind of Pokemon. For example, the inside of the caves of the Ruins of Elf has such different encounters in the grass patch that's over there that I'm going to count them as separate areas. Normally with caves, if the encounters are very similar, different floors don't count towards different caves. But for places like this, or like the Gen 1 Safari Zone, since the encounters are different, I like to count them as different places. This is all optional ruling as this entire challenge is, but just wanted to make that clear. I'm going to give this guy the most creative name you've ever seen. Yep. Last area we can grab an encounter before the Sprout Tower is this little patch of grass here. Now here we can find things like Ekans, we can find Mareep, stuff like that. I think Pidgey here, but what I'm really hoping for is that Mareep, so let's get it on. Yes! Don't know a good name for it, because I don't want to just call it Sheep. You know what? After one of my latest videos. He's the sheep from Catan. In the Sprout Tower, I know I can find Ghastly at night, so what I'm going to do is pause playing for right now. I'm going to come back when it's turned to nighttime in the game, because I don't like skipping time, because I think it's kind of scummy. And then I'm going to hopefully find a Ghastly in there. Alright, now that it's nighttime, we are going to go hopefully catch a Ghastly. Come on, Ghastly. Come on, Ghastly. Yes! Let's go. Let's go. Sweet. Alright, and she's named Rick. So let's go do the Sprout Tower, and then we'll get ready for Falkner. Almost every trainer in here has a Bellsprout, so I'm going to take the opportunity to just level up Cynical as much as possible. And who knows, maybe we'll get it to be a Quilava before Falkner. Alright, and Quill is level 14, so at the end of this battle we should have a Quilava. And here it is, our first evolution. Awesome. Quilava's sprite looks so good in this gen. Alright, and now we battle the Sage guy. I think he's just got a Hoot Hoot along with some Bellsprouts, so I don't think he's going to be any trouble. Alright, well our Quilava is now officially very much over-leveled for this upcoming gym, but that's okay. I'm not going to try to over-level, but I also don't want to play under some strict level cap, because that's just not a fun way to play in my opinion. Before the gym, though, I want to get some of these Pokemon trained up, especially Catan here. I really want him to be strong enough to use some Thunder Shocks and do some damage. So I'm going to do a little bit of grinding, and I'll be back when I'm done with that. Tragedy struck while grinding. Unfortunately, Dwayne, the Geodude, has passed on. I would have actually liked to have had that for Falkner, but oh well. I got a little cocky while grinding, and I suppose his death will serve as a lesson that, well, we're gonna have to be more careful. I've done all the grinding I feel like doing before this gym, so that it's not overkill. I got Catan up to level 12, so he'd be pretty strong to take on this gym. Quill's already 15, and I got Jack to 10 just in case we need some extra muscle. Alrighty, first gym time. We've already had one casualty, but we're okay. It's all good. We're gonna get to Falkner and be okay. Alright, gym battle with Falkner time. With any luck, Catan's gonna stay nice and healthy, not get sand attacked, and just sweep for us. Alright, we outsped, that's good. Perfect, perfect. Oof, level 13. I wish I had Thunder Wave. I don't know what level Mareep learns that. But I guess Tackle's Contact, so Static could kick in. Or Thunder Shock could paralyze. So we have decent ways to paralyze it. This thing can just Roost spam, though. It's really annoying. And watch, now he's just going to use Roost. Really? Alright, never mind. Faulkner didn't want to win today. I guess we're just going to get an easy win. Oh, and now we get Thunder Wave, of course. That was a easy first gym. We got the Zephyr badge. And we got a TM4 Roost, which will be good if we end up catching Lugia. That'd be really good on him. Alright, and with that, that's going to be the first episode of our Soul Silver Nuzlocke. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to be trying to get these out roughly weekly. They take a little bit of time to pull together, so we'll see what I can do, but that's going to be my goal. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with a friend as per usual. But with that, that's SapphireSabre, signing off. Goodbye!